Well, a marketing student at Holland College says she has learned a valuable lesson about the power of online videos. Carolyn Gallant was assigned to make a video about something she is passionate about. This was for her class at Holland College. She instantly knew what her topic would be. Gallant, you may remember, is a former Easter Seals ambassador. And to get around, she walks with poles for support, kind of like ski poles, or she uses a wheelchair. She has been increasingly frustrated by challenges she faces trying to get around independently in Charlottetown, and that became the focus of her video. Island Morning's Nancy Russell has more on the story.
So what I do, if I do have my poles, I can go down the down the ramp, but very carefully. If I have the chair, I have to take the longer route.
Carolyn Gallant has learned to navigate her way through the hallways here at the Tourism and Culinary Center in Charlottetown. The Marketing and Advertising Management program is on the 4th floor, so it's quite a distance for Gallant to travel each day. But she says the college is trying to help.
Even though they can't afford to put push-button doors in, they find ways to make it work, so I have the freedom.
So they leave heavy doors open for you?
Yeah, like they're left open with a door stopper, just so I don't have to ask students to open the doors, because after a while I just get almost shy and embarrassed to always have to open doors all the time for you and just standing in the hallway waiting for someone to come up.
It's those kinds of frustrations that inspired Carolyn Gallant to make this video.
And even inside these beautiful heritage buildings, we still have no access, and that has to change.
In the video, Gallant travels to 7 locations around Charlottetown, demonstrating the different challenges she faces at each one. From a heavy door to a bathroom that she can't push open without losing her balance, heritage buildings with no ramp, an elevator that she says is too small for her wheelchair, and doors with no push button so she can't get in.
Our teacher wanted us to do a video just to be able to practice how to make videos, because in marketing we have to make commercials, we have to, sell a product through video nowadays because things are so digital. So I was like, well, what can I do? And I said, well, I'm passionate about what? It was really the question. And the passion came to where things are not accessible in Charlottetown. And I'm really tired of it. I'm 22. I want to live more of a life of independence, which is not always easy when you have disabilities. If I want to go out with friends, if I want to go out by myself, just even for lunch, I can't go by myself because there's usually an issue with the door somewhere, whether it's to get in or whether it's the bathroom.
And give us people with disabilities access to these beautiful heritage buildings.
Well, first of all, I wrote it. So I just kind of took the passion and let the words come and just wrote. Then I picked locations showing what was missing. So like the push-button doors. I looked for locations that would demonstrate what was the issue. So people would actually see that, yes, I'm not just talking and making this up. This is a reality in Charlottetown.
Some of the other locations, you have stores that don't have push-button doors. What happens in a situation where you try to get into one of those stores?
Well, usually if I'm on my own, I'm left outside, usually having to wait for someone to come by to open me the door, or I have to either knock, and sometimes I don't realize that I'm knocking, sometimes giving up and not bother, or usually I'm never really alone anyway because I always have a friend with me because I know what's ahead of me. I just don't find that fair that we have to have someone with us constantly just to be able to go grab a tea somewhere.
Make it accessible for people like myself so that we can have easy access like everybody else. It's about time.
Some of the locations in the video are personal for Gallant, like one restaurant in a heritage building with no ramp.
I got to the point where I really wanted to go so badly. My boyfriend was with me, and I said, can we go there for my birthday, and you can get me into the building? Because I know he can. But usually I prefer maybe not giving them my business, because to me that's not fair to me. But I was so itching to go and just wanting to be in that really old-fashioned building and have a really nice dinner with them. But you can't just go and just be like everybody else with their boyfriends and go in. We had to actually make a big scene, and he had to carry me in, and I had to make sure that I didn't drink a lot of water, and because I have to go to the bathroom, but I can't access the bathroom.
And maybe sounding harsh, but I didn't choose this life, and I have to live it every day. It's not like a broken foot, where it will be healed, and in a few months, you're back and being able to use stairs. It has to start with us.
Carolyn Gallant finished her video for marketing class and submitted it to her instructor. She also showed it to her family and friends. And when her mother posted it online, hundreds of people started to share and comment on the video.
My mother had just posted it because she was really just super excited to see me do all this. And we weren't expecting it. But all of a sudden it just started to be shared, commenting, saying, "Great job, keep it up."
But even as she was getting great response to the video, Carolyn Gallant realized that she may have crossed the line in showing businesses that aren't accessible and not giving them a chance to respond. That was okay for the class assignment, but not for the real world. Gallant has now removed the video, but a small part of it is still posted online.
I'm Todd Gallant. I'm an instructor here at Holland College. I'm teaching a marketing course, digital marketing course. The first time I saw it, I totally understood why it was getting some concern because there was a lot of emotion.
You could understand why it was getting shared so much?
I think so, yeah. I mean, and in her perspective and, not being a person with a physical disability, I mean, you can see through that video, it's like, wow, I never thought about that.
Instructor Todd Gallant says it has still been a good lesson for all.
Because this is a digital marketing course, I was kind of a little excited because I think this is in digital marketing when we talk about videos going viral. So it was kind of exciting to at least have one example of that happening and to see how that works, the analytics and who's connecting, who's looking, who's viewing, what actually happens out in the real world in digital marketing sense, I guess.
And will she get a good mark?
She's a bright student. Yeah, she will definitely get a good mark.
As for Carolyn Gallant, she says she'll continue to find new ways to raise awareness about accessibility issues in Charlottetown.
Mom has a friend who he too is in a chair, and he was super glad to see someone young to bring up the issue again. Because I know he's tried in the past. I've tried in the past, but it's time to try it again. It's time to change things. It's been long overdue.
For Island Morning, I'm Nancy Russell in Charlottetown.
I just don't understand why this day and age, places aren't more accessible. It doesn't take much.
In a short version of her video that is still posted online, Carolyn Gallant calls on people to push government and the PEI Council of People with Disabilities to do more to make all properties accessible. The council says it's pleased with the work Gallant is doing to shine light on the issue. Executive Director Marcia Carroll says for 45 years the group has been working to create an accessible environment. It's one of the group's fundamental principles. Carroll says the group does this in different ways, including lobbying and sitting on committees with all three levels of government. Our toll-free talkback line here at Island Morning, 1-800-680-1898. Our email address, islandmorning@cbc.ca. On Twitter, @islandmorning. 22 minutes now, past 7 o'clock.